I'm not one for a lot of words. I'm just to talk about Saturday a little bit. I think the kids we played hard, but they played like they prepared this week. They worked hard in practice. On the offensive line, we spent a lot of time on the little things, and I'm a hard person to please, and I still, I graded the film. We scored 70 points, but I still felt like we left some points out there on the field. We left some plays on the field, some yards. We gave up a sack, so I'm upset about that. He had time, but we should have given him more time. The bottom line is, it's next step. Saturday was a big win. Kids enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Today's Monday. It's time to get ready for next week. Just talking a little bit about Alabama A&M. And what I know about them. We're still breaking down film. We just actually finished before I came up. Defensively, they run a bunch of multiple fronts. They try to confuse your players. So we're going to do a good job this week of studying film and being able to recognize who's a linebacker, who's a defensive lineman, because they only have two guys with their hand in the dirt. The majority of the time. The rest of the time, the other two defensive linemen are standing up trying to act like linebackers or look like linebackers. But the majority of the time, they're going to rush the passer, or they're going to, they'll drop to the flat just to try to confuse the quarterback and have him hold the ball a little bit. In the secondary, they like as Coach alluded to, they've gotten better. They're more athletic team this year. They're not as big as they've been in the past, but they're athletic. They run to the football. They do a decent job of tackling in space, and they're not afraid to play man, which is fine with us. But we're looking forward to getting back to work. I am. I don't know about the kids, they may want, but we're looking forward to getting back to work and building on last week. Because it's not the culmination. I think it's the first time that we've actually scratched the surface of the potential of the weapons that we have. Offensively, and defense does a great job of giving us great field position. They do a great job of saving us when we, make a mistake. So it's a team effort. It's a thing where we do the best we can when we have a lead to try to keep them off the field, and they do the best they can to get us the ball back so we can take another go at it. Are there any questions?
Minus the sack, how pleased are you that the running game has been able to develop over the past couple of games?
I was pleased with Coach Dooley did an excellent job of putting the kids in good position with the play calls. The worst thing you can do is put the kid in bad position formationally and expect him to do something with it. I think Saturday we did a good job of just giving the kids a chance to make the pars. And I think the kids are understanding, and the running backs are understanding that it don't have to be a 50-yard run every time I touch it. If it's 3 or 4 yards, take the 3 or 4 yards back up. They're maturing. And as far as offensive line-wise, I have a true freshman starting at right guard, and I got 3 seniors, on the line, and I have a junior. And the entire second half was 5 true freshmen from high school, who last year they were dirt on their hands on Fridays. So now, and they come in here on Saturday, and they're able to. I was proud of the fact they were able to close the game out and allow the starters a chance to take a rest, so to speak.
You said you worked on the little things last week. What are some of the little things that you worked on?
I always tell the lineman, the life of an offensive lineman is the life of repetition. Mm-hmm. You're going to do the same thing over and over and over. And if you come to watch practice, we have things that we call daily musts. There's things we're going to do every day. And no matter how many times we do them, we're going to come back and do them again because, believe it or not, sometimes I have to bring my iPad out and record individual at practice and then just take it back in and show the kids, look, you think I'm making it up, but you're not taking the step. You're not getting your hat where it's supposed to be. So it's, make sure that we got our hats where they're supposed to be, that our hands are where they're supposed to be, that we're taking the proper steps, and that it's just disciplining yourself to do the same thing over and over and over until it becomes the way you move, and then it becomes second nature, so to speak.